Pessoal, no nosso curso de formação em Folcomunicação, nós recebemos a visita da pesquisadora Dan Zhou. A Dan, ela está fazendo o doutorado dela na Kwansei University, no Japão, mas ela é uma pesquisadora chinesa, né? O seu mestrado foi na China, na Shanghai University, em literatura folclórica chinesa. Atualmente, ela está fazendo o seu doutorado de sanduíche, né, como pesquisadora visitante na Universidade de Tartu, na Estônia. Então ela tem um trabalho muito interessante que eu gostaria de introduzir aqui para vocês, para ficar mais fácil a compreensão, uma vez que a Dan está se expressando numa língua que não é dela e que também não é nossa, né? Então por isso a gente tem um entendimento secundário. Então é importante esses movimentos de tradução para deixar tudo mais claro para vocês. Então, ela faz parte de uma pesquisa do seu orientador de doutorado que visa pensar num conceito de folclore mundial, né? Um conceito mundial para folclore, com uma perspectiva sempre de enfrentamento a hegemonias. E dentro dessa perspectiva, ele precisava de alguém que fizesse trabalho de campo, então ela acaba sendo escolhida para isso, né, como uma bolsista que aprova projetos para fazer trabalho de campo em diversos países pelo mundo, para aí entender como aquelas comunidades, né, aqueles grupos, pensam os estudos folclóricos. Para isso ela foi para vários países, né, ela foi para... é importante pensar na escolha desses países, né, que ela deixa claro que muitos deles foram por questão de necessidade, porque ela não conseguiu ir para outros lugares, mas precisava do apoio da universidade, então ela foi para lá, enfim. Então tem toda essa questão meio que de burocracia da ciência, mas eu acho uma escolha muito interessante. Por exemplo, ela começa na Inglaterra, que é onde surge o termo folclore, e pega em sequência Irlanda, que é um país que foi colonizado pela Inglaterra. Então vejam que seleção interessante, né? Você pensar a colônia e pensar o colonizador, os dois, como é que eles entendem o conceito de folclore, como é que eles se relacionam com esse mesmo conceito, né? Será que é diferente? Será que o entendimento é diferente? Será que o valor dado é diferente? Ela percebe que sim. E depois ela vai também para Egito e vai para Berim, se não me engano. E aí é meio que para tentar contemplar esses países não europeus. No Egito ela só consegue dialogar com o pessoal de estudos culturais, por isso que ela quase não fala aqui na apresentação para gente, mas na Arábia ela encontra não uma universidade, mas um grupo, né, que discute cultura folk. Então também conseguiu contemplar aí não só quem pensa dentro da universidade, mas também quem pensa fora, né? Por isso que ela vai se interessar especialmente pelo trabalho da IOV, porque nem todo mundo que está na IOV, que é o Instituto Internacional de Artes, pelas artes populares, pelas artes folclóricas, nem todo mundo lá vai ser acadêmico. E aí ela fala, por que eu fui para o Brasil e não fui para os Estados Unidos? Ela foi também para os Estados Unidos para congresso, mas não para trabalho de campo. Ela vem para o Brasil porque aqui ela tem contato com a Folccomunicação. Gentilmente ela menciona meu texto, né? Mas claro, ela conheceu os trabalhos também de Guilherme Fernandes e da Karina Wojtkiewicz, que são dois grandes autores que têm uma produção vastíssima em Folccomunicação. E aí a Dan, ela decide vir para o Brasil, porque ela diz que se ela precisasse ler os cânones, ela leria o paper, né? Então ela pode ler o paper para entender o que Alan Dundes e os seus seguidores, né, pensavam e pensam atualmente sobre folclore nos Estados Unidos. Mas e no Brasil, né? Ela conseguiria compreender pelos nossos textos o que é, né, pensar folk e a identidade a partir da folccomunicação? Então ela vem para cá. E aí, infelizmente, o horário vai passando, nitidamente ela vai se cansando um pouco, né? Porque já era 1 da manhã, quase 2, quando ela chega a falar do Brasil, mas ela pincela coisas importantes ali pra gente, né? A primeira ela vai entender sim que folccomunicação tem um lastro gramsciano muito forte, né, de combate à hegemonia, mas aí ela se preocupa em tentar entender então o que é hegemonia, né? Porque em vários momentos, como ela mesma aponta, aquilo que é hegemônico num momento, né, passa a se tornar contra-hegemônico no outro, e vice-versa, né, porque a sociedade vive em dinâmica. Como é que o folk entende isso? A gente vai entender, claro, pelos processos de transformação, por isso que é a dinâmica do folclore, né? A gente sempre pensa na sua relação com o momento societal e entendendo que toda análise vai ser sempre uma fotografia. Outra coisa que a Dan dá de exemplo, né? Ela dá de exemplo a questão dos gamers, né? Como é que os gamers eram vistos e depois como passaram a ser vistos. E aí o que eu falo para ela é que o gamer ele funciona como exemplo folcomunicacional, mas não necessariamente folclórico, né? Porque para o folk carece a tradição, carece a discussão de tradição. Já para a folcomunicação, não, a gente vai pensar os grupos marginalizados e os usos da tradição, os usos do folk como estratégia comunicacional. Então, aí, se ela está pensando que a gente precisa conceituar a hegemonia com cuidado, a gente precisa também conceituar folclore com cuidado. Então, essas são as observações iniciais que eu deixo aqui para vocês. Assistam aí a aula da Dan e pensem um pouquinho no que ela tem a dizer e nessa potência desse projeto, como é que ela pode iluminar o projeto de vocês também. Valeu!
Boa noite, pessoal. 11 de setembro, nossa quarta aula do curso Iniciação Folcomunicação, o lugar da folcomunicação na América Latina, mas o nosso convidado da América Latina só vai chegar daqui a pouco, e por enquanto a Dan Zhou vai fazer a palestra. Então a gente vai apresentar ela primeiro em português, depois a gente vai mudar para o inglês, e o Andrioli vai passando no chat aí. Quem tiver no YouTube depois consegue gerar a legenda automática. Então eu sou Matheus Schwab, sou pesquisador, né, doutorando na UERJ. Vou passar no chat também os links da Rede Folkcom, do Instagram, e também da Folkcom 2025, a nossa conferência, que vai rolar de 29 a 31 de outubro. Então, quem ainda não se inscreveu, ainda há tempo. E passo também a lista de presença, né? Quem já está acostumado, é só entrar aqui no link e colocar o seu nome. Vou passar isso 2, 3 vezes agora aí durante a nossa aula. Qualquer dúvidas, podem chamar, a gente pode conversar, se possível, abrir a câmera e, por favor, deixar os microfones desligados. Então, vamos lá. Dan Zhou é pesquisadora chinesa, doutoranda em estudos folclóricos pela Kwansei University, no Japão, com mestrado em literatura popular chinesa na Shanghai University. Atualmente, é professora visitante na University of Tartu, na Estônia. Dan é integrante da pesquisa Folclore mundial como rede de trabalho acadêmico contra-hegemônico, esteve no Brasil para conhecer mais sobre a folkcomunicação em março desse ano. So, Dan Zhou is a Chinese doctoral researcher in folklore studies from Kwansei University, Japan, with a master's degree in Chinese popular literature from Shanghai University. She's currently a visiting professor at the University of Tartu, Estônia. Dan is a member of the Global Folklore Research as a counter-hegemonic academic work network and was in Brazil to learn more about folk communication in March this year. Is that right, Dan?
Yes, it's very good. Thank you. So you need to use 2 languages to introduce, but I feel about how to say, I use English, and I think you can translate it for other people's. And if they have some question want to ask me, and please help me.
Okay. Yeah. Andrioli will translate it in the chat. Yeah, he will do here in the chat. So you can speak freely. And first of all, we thank a lot to you to be here with us, because we know it's late there where you are, and we sent the invite in the last minute, so we thank you a lot for being with us tonight. It's a privilege. So I'm gonna show your slides, and you have until 8 and 10 p.m. Okay? Thank you. So please let me know if you guys are seeing this properly.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna close my mic, and if you want me to talk, se alguém quiser que eu fale alguma coisa, eu volto aqui e abro, tá bom? So the word is yours, Dan. Please, welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Zhou. My favorite name is Zhou, and my name is Dan, so you can call me Dan. So this topic today is from folklore to folk communication, it's cross-cultural research encounters. My major is folklore, but I know your major is media or some communications. I'm not very sure, but I think we're a little bit different. So I hope I can speak something frequently and very easy to understand. And if you have any questions, you can ask me anytime online now or send email for me. Anything is okay. Okay, so please continue. The next one. Yes. Okay, but it's my from my CV, yes. And I want to show these photos because Ollie, he took this photo for me. But of course, I photoshopped it by myself. Yeah. Okay, the next one. Yes, and the 3 photos from Japan, and only 2 months before I went to Rio de Janeiro. So why I use the 3 photos? Because so I hope you can guess why I went to Brazil for my fieldwork and interviews. But, because I had a project. Okay, so the next I want to take a very simple introduce about what is my project. Okay, please, next one. Yeah. Yes, I said because I think there are some difference between our academic fields as well as our cultural and historical backgrounds. Like my acknowledged background is mainly in folklore theory and cultural anthropology, linguistics, Chinese literature, and Japanese culture. So if you have any question, please ask me. But of course, if I can answer, because maybe sometimes I don't know how to answer it. But anyway, I will try my best. Okay, please, next one. Yeah, I started my PhD course from 2022, around the years when the Kuwait was coming to an end. My supervisor, Takanori Shimamura, had just started a research project. The name is Basic Research Towards Constructing World Folklore Studies as an academic network for relativization hegemonism. So at that time, the Kuwait had more or less come to an end, and overseas fieldwork had become possible again. Like the price of plane ticket became cheap, but in Kuwait it was very expensive, right? So therefore, yeah, that is how I started my research. Okay, and since this is a research world the international folklore study, of course I have traveled to quite a few countries. Next, I will show you a map, and I would like you to guess which countries I have visited. I carried out field work for 3 years until the project ended on end of the March this year. So Brazil was my the last one I went to. Okay, the next. Yeah, you can see this is a map. Yeah, and so the first I went to the England and Ireland, and the next I went to the Finland and the 3 Baltic countries. The 3 Baltic countries are Estonia. Now I'm living there. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. And the second time I went to the Arabic countries, the Bahrain and Egypt. So, and then the last one I transferred from New York, and then I arrived Rio de Janeiro. So this is my project. Okay, yes. Yes, the next one. Yeah, this is England, London, and Sheffield. I don't use the English or British. I used the England because I think in British, the England, Wales, the North Ireland, and Scotland, it's very different for me because the folklore there, the studies, the disciplines, it's very different. And then I went to the Ireland, Dublin and Cork. Okay, please. This is the British Library. There's so many books there. Okay, please, next one. Yeah, this is archive, because of my major, I like to check how many archives they has, and what kind of archives they did. Yeah, and then next one. Yeah, I was shocked about the older books because I came from China, and in the library in China, we can't read the very old books, the books from 200 years ago. But in British, in London, we can read it just by hand. We don't need to do some application to read. We don't need. But in Japan, we can read it, but we need to do some application, the document in advance. Okay, please, next one. This is the British Museum, the super famous one. Yeah, okay, the next one, please. Yeah, it's very famous. Yeah. Yeah, why I use this photo, because from so many books or and movies, we just know how about maybe only the head, how about the head, but I didn't know how about the body, the whole of the body. So I feel it's very interesting. Yeah, so next one, please. This is a campus of University of Cork. It's very old, 300 years ago, maybe, yeah. This is a professor named Stephen O'Connor. I like his study very much. He told me this is Ireland. Ireland has so many connections, history connections with England, but sometimes we talk the folklore or the culture in Ireland, but actually it's not Irish. It's England. I mean, at the first they don't know how to recognize, how to know, how to understand themselves. So they learn something from England to recognize themselves. This is how they make the identity. Okay, and please, next picture. This is, you can say this is a national folklore collection in Dublin, in Ireland, Dublin, in the University of Dublin, the University of Dublin. It belonged to the university, yeah. The folklore, the discipline in Ireland is very, I should say was very good, because in many countries we study folklore or we study some culture, but maybe we don't have the textbooks. We just use some reading material, right? Some papers or some books from other people or from other country. But in Ireland, they have, you know, there are all the textbooks. They have their own textbooks. So I feel they're really very strong. They have yes, thank you, and Lori, this is what I want to say. Okay, so please next one. Yeah, this is a table.
If it's confusing for you, then I'm writing for they to understand, but if you are getting confused, please tell me.
Yeah, it's okay, thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a big and old table because 150 years ago, in Ireland, the folklore father, they used this table to work. And when I went to Ireland to do my interviews, we also used the same table. So I felt, oh, it's so amazing. So make me very excited because I touched that table and I sit down on the chair, on the same table. I feel, okay, yeah, I really can touch of it. Okay, so the next one, please. Yeah, this is some a recording machine, very old one. Yes. Okay, please, next one. Oh, this is archive. There are some herb. In Ireland, they make the herb to the plants, the herb to make some medicine. Yeah, for people's health. Okay, the next one. Yeah, and the second interview, I went to the Finland and the Baltic countries. I will show you some pictures about what kind of these countries. Okay, please. Yes, this is Folclore and Folclore. You know, when we start something about folk tales, the stories. Yeah, we study something about the stories type, and the type we call it AT index. So the A is the A is Arne. We call it, his name is Arne. He's a Finnish people. He's a Finnish, and he's a student of Folclore. So the clone families, they made the first job of folklore in University of Helsinki because we call it HGM. It's a Finnish method of how can you use this method to study folklore, because they have the mathematics. So folklore became a discipline in a university, because before that, like in England, in London, folklore is not a discipline. It's just like a salon, like a hobby. It's not serious. But in Finland, it's serious. Okay, please, next one. Yes. First, I want to talk about some do you know Kalevala? Kalevala is an epic from Finland. Kalevala, yeah. So I want to know, in Brazil, do you have something like Kalevala? It's I don't know where I can. Okay, here. It's Kalevala. I hope it's correct. Oops. Yeah, Kalevala. So yeah, please please help me to introduce what is Kalevala.
For what I know, it's like epopeia, like a tale. Is
An
that-
epic.
An epic tale, right? That founds the nations. Is something like that?
Yeah, it's like a the hero story. Yeah.
Okay, like the Odyssey in Greece culture, like that.
Mhm.
I don't think we have something like that in Brazil.
Mhm.
It's probably we have something like that in different regions, but not one for the whole country. Like Simões Lopes Neto in the south, I think
Mhm.
tried to do something like that, right, Andrioli?
That's right.
Nice. Okay, nice.
Okay. Good. Yes. And okay, we have 3 pictures now. The first is they have a it called a secret room because the archive, the very important archive, all in this room. So they need 2 people with 2 keys, and it can open the doors. And the middle photo, that is a table, right? And no chair, because the Lolund, the Alice Lolund, here, the name, the alias Lolund. His vest, his vest was bad. So if he stay down for a long time, the body is not good. So he just stood up and used this high table to write down. So this table was belong to the Elias Lolund. Oh, and the second is so many magazines here. I mean, in Finland, you can read maybe all. How to say? It's not all, but many famous, many good folklore magazine here. Okay. Yes, thank you, and Lori. Yeah, this is the archives. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, and the next photo, please. Yes, okay. They all archive. Okay, and the next one. Oh, this is the Baltic Sea. Because Andrew already told me he don't know the snow, so I want to show this is snow and ice. Okay, the next one. This is Estonia. The left one is capital of Estonia, is Tallinn, and the right one is a very famous restaurant. Yeah. Okay, the next slide, please. Yes. This is me and my professor. He named the walk. And yeah, I think and already know that in University of Tartu, the semiotic is very famous. Yeah, from the old Russia. And you know the Yuri Rotman, right? The Yuri Rotman, they use a very similar method to study. So yes, I feel if you want to learn folklore, you need to go to University of Tartu, because there is very good. They have the international method, and they do so many interesting studies. Like end of this month, you know the Humber theory from Dolores Noyes. Yeah, she will come here. Humber
I
theory.
didn't. Let's see. Humble
Okay.
theory. Teoria humilde. será isso?
Yeah, because you know the Alan Dennis, right? Yeah. And Alan Dennis said we folklore needed the ground theory, the big theory, but another people they don't agree. They don't agree with Alan Dennis because they think we don't need the ground theory. Folklore is a practical. It's not ground. The ground is like some sociology. It's not folklore. So we just need the Hamburg theory. We don't need the ground. Yeah. Okay. So I said the scholar named Noyes, she said she created the Hamburg theory, and she will come to Tartu, come to my place, end of this month, because we have a meeting. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Please the next one. Yes. This photo from Riga. This is Latvia. So this photo, it looks very average. So why I use this photo for our presentation? Because I want to know, do you have in Brazil, do you have some stories about the sun?
The sun.
Sun, yes, the sun.
Yes, we have, especially from the indigenous population.
Yes. Okay. So, yes, in China and in Japan, we also have some old stories about the sun. We need the sun, and yeah, the sunshine helps me get the food or get the rich something. But I didn't know why we have this story of sun. So, but that time when I arrived in Riga, I saw the sun. So that time I understand. You know why? Because before I arrived in Riga, I stayed in Finland and Estonia, right? That was winter. So in the North countries, they don't have sun. It's on image, right? If you don't have sun, just a windy, just a cloudy. So how about your feeling? How about your mind? It's so terrible. You will feel very down. So that time for myself, when I saw the sun in the river, so I really feel very excited. Yes, okay. But yeah, please wait a second. My cat on my bed, I want to leave. Okay.
So now you have a cat.
I have 3 cats now. Okay, the next one, please. Yes, it's Riga. It's very beautiful. Yeah. Please, the next one. This is Latvia. This is a place like the institution of culture and literature in Latvia. This is the place I went there and did the interview there. Okay, the next one, please. Okay, Berlin and Egypt. Okay, please. Yes, you can see I went there. When I went to shopping in Berlin, Berlin is the name of a country, Arab country, near the Saudi Arabic. If I just stayed in the public area, I don't need the scarf. I don't need it. But if I want but if I want to go into a mosque, I need to use a scarf. Yes, this one, yes. Okay, and the black woman, the black clothes woman, she said, "Okay, girl, I want to ask you some questions. Now you are healthy, and you have some money, you have knowledge, or you have friends. So who gave you this?" I said, "My parents, myself, my professor." She said, "No, Allah give you this." So you can guess if what should I say that time, because I'm not in any religion actually. Okay, so please the next one. There are some photos about the home, the local people's home, because you can see the man in the right picture, the man named Said. We become friends now, and we keep the connection even now. And the home is his friend. Oh, cat. Is his friend's home. Yes, it's IOV. Yes. He gave me the chance go inside of the local people's room to say to enjoy the lunch together and to drink the local red tea and some dates, you know, the fruit or vegetable. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So Androri, I want to know why you said the IOV.
Oh, because I saw the image there. IOV.
Yeah, of course, I know you saw it. Yeah, but I mean, you feel it's very important or not? Because in Berlin, they feel the IOV is very important, and they said, "Oh, you know, we have some how to say, the international activities from IOV with Japan." But for me, I really don't know what kind of IOV activities in Japan. So I want to know what kind of IOV you think. So what do they do, or they are very important for you, or what?
Not really. IOV in Brazil is like trying to consolidate its activity.
Our next speaker is the president of IOV in Chile.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I want to know, because when we talk about culture, we just know something like universities or UNESCO, but it maybe, I think in some countries the IOV is also very important. So I want to know. So I want to know what's the IOV do. So what is the IOV organization? Yeah, so that is what I want to know. Because in Japan, I don't know IOV. Okay, it's okay. The next slide. Yeah, this is Egypt. Yeah, okay, we can continue. Yes. Okay, the next one. Yes, Brazil. Yes. Okay, please continue.
There was almost nothing about Egypt.
Yes. I have some questions about. So, do you know why I choose those particular countries for my fieldwork or my interview? So, before I explain, would you like to make some guesses?
Mateus, please, what's your guess?
Well, it's because there's like ancient people, maybe, like we have like or because of the religion, maybe, like you want to see the culture in Arabic founded, in a more Catholic one, in a more Protestant one, and the Vikings are like Vikings. No, sorry, the I noted Vikings. Sorry, the North countries, they're more like
Baltic.
atheists now. It's a guess.
Yes. Okay, so how about someone else?
I think you're trying to pick countries in each continent, like
Yes. Mhm.
Europe and Africa, Brazil and Latin America, and so on. So you can have a panoramics of folklore worldwide. And probably you choose the places where the universities have some specifics studies of folklore.
Yes, yes. Okay. So how about someone else?
Ela quer o palpite de mais alguém, gente. Vamos lá, alguém fala aí pro microfone para ela ficar feliz. Claudiane, oh, okay, you can read. Claudiane says maybe some of that countries appears for you just a little bit by TV. So Claudiane is thinking of that media. Oh, you can see.
Yeah,
Oh, Claudiane.
yeah. Nice to meet you.
Oh. Wanna say with your words, Claudiane?
I think that maybe she chose that countries because some countries appears for her just a little bit on TV in Japan or in China, just a little bit like exotic places.
Yes. Yeah, it's very good. Yes, thank you. But yes, but actually I like why I went to the Egypt or the Arabic countries, it's just some coincidence. Just yeah. Okay, so thank you for your guess. So okay, now I explain it. So please, next slide. Yes. So we are now applying for research project. It's never easy. The countries we choose must be truly significant, and we need solid reasons for selecting them. So even that we if that we can get the money, right? But for example, London in England is the birthplace of the concept of folklore. The English idea of folklore has undoubtedly influenced the whole of the world, more or less. And Ireland, on the other hand, was under British colonial rule for countries many years, maybe 300 years or more than 300 years. And has only been independent for about 100 years. Yeah, it's very short, the independent time. How does Ireland understand itself under the long shadow of British Emperor? That is a fascinating question for me. So that is why I went to Irish. Okay. The next slide, please. Yeah, Finland is a homeland of folk studies as an academic discipline. The University of Helsinki, I told it just now, yeah, is regarded as a skilled place in our field folklore, and the AT or ATU index, the system we often use to classify and analyze folk tales originated from Finland. And then there are the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Those history are even more complex. Like now, I'm living in Estonia, right? So you can guess one time the independent, it's very short because it's after the Soviet Union. It's after the Soviet Union. Yeah, so it's only about 30 years old. It's only 30 years old. Yes. So their cultures, languages, and identities are very diverse. So so here the folklore study, because they need the identity for the nationalism. The folklore study is very flourished there. And I can give you an example, like recently I'm interested in this summer house in Estonia, but summer house is not from Estonia, but from Russia. So I want to talk to some old people to ask them the knowledge about the summer house, but it's super difficult for me because the older people.
What word are you using then? Some house. What is the word?
Summer house.
Summer house. I don't know what is a summer house.
Summer house, and in Russia, it named dacha.
Ok, eu entendo que é uma casa de verão, não sei qual que é o contexto disso. Mas tudo bem. Okay, you can proceed. Let's see. It's where you it's like where you go in your vacations.
Yeah, it's a summer house, but the summer house often in the frost. Yeah, in the frost, and it's small. It's very simple. It's not relaxed. It's not very luxury. Yeah, like this way maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the Soviet time, the people living in the city, they only have some job in the company, right? They don't have the garden, so that time they don't have they didn't have the enough food. They don't have the enough food, so they need dacha to make some plant, to make some food like a potato to help life.
I think it's casa de campo.
It's plants from dacha and help the food for cities.
Okay.
Yes, because in Soviet time, the food in city was not enough. Yes, so, but anyway, I want to study something about the dacha, the summer house, but I can't talk to them. I can speak Chinese, Japanese, and some English, but here, the old people, they speak Russian, Estonian language, or some German. So we can't talk because they don't they don't speak English, and I only can speak a little bit of English. Yes, okay. And please the next slide. Yeah, and late, I went to the Arabic world, but that was actually by chance. According to the project proposer, I was supposed to go to India, but however, due to some issues, I couldn't go there because my international document, my visa. So instead, I applied to conduct research in the Arabic region. I searched online and discovered an organization in Berlin called Folclore, which has been active for many years. I also wanted to visit North Africa, but communication with Arab countries turned out to be very difficult. Sometimes nobody, sometimes nobody replied to my emails, or sometimes I couldn't even find the contact information, like the email address. I can't. And I had hoped to go to Morocco, Tunisia, and Egypt, but in the end, I was only able to connect with the two professors in Egypt who worked in cultural studies. I couldn't find a scholar from folklore because I didn't have the email address. Okay, please next. Yeah, so do you know why I decided to go to Brazil for my fieldwork and interviews? Yeah, please, next one.
Because we answered the emails.
Yes, you answered my email, but why I sent an email to you? Because your paper, yes. Because Brazil has created its own framework known as folk communication. In the first research, we found that this concept, the folk communication, carries a strong awareness of resisting hegemonism, things that connects closely with our project, because our project is folklore is counter-hegemony. So this is why I found you. So I decided go to Brazil. As for why I came to Rio de Janeiro, yeah, because André already. Yes. Okay. Please, next one. Yeah, I went through all the issues from the very first one, from the 2003. Even whenever I found an article that interested me, I downloaded it and used GPT to translate and read it. Then I saved the points I thought were important and evenly made a PowerPoint to report back to my professor, because this is his money. My professor Shimamla, who is leader of the project. Among those reading, I came across an Oris paper, this one, so which I found very interesting. So I decided to email him to ask if he would agree to an interview. So this is a beginning. So let me make my experience in here as an example to show you how I actually carry out my research. Yeah, this is the 3 scholars I did interviews with. Okay, but yeah. Okay, of course, I always prepare some questions in advance, such as what is the history of folk communication, and what are you recently research interests, and how do you define the folklore or folklore studies or the folk communication now? And like, what is the relationship between your work and the fields like folklore studies or culture anthropology, so on? Like, do you have some connection with the relative field like folklore, because you're for communication, right? Yeah. But in fact, if it were only for those questions, I could simply read the papers. So that is why I don't go to America, because I can read their papers and books. I don't need to go. There would be no need for me to travel. It's halfway across the world from Japan to Brazil. So, but I think I need to go because I need to look, to ask, to listen. And perhaps because Androli and I often chatted before the formal interview, so many of the questions I had planned to ask were already answered in our casual conversations. Okay, the next slide. For example, Androli and I often went to a restaurant for lunch. I had absolutely no idea how to order food or how to pay the money. Was the water free or it had the extra money? Why wasn't the air conditioning on? And what is this? What is that? I had no idea. And Ori patiently explained to me what those things were. But what I really wanted to know was, what do they mean? For example, does this food represent childhood memories, or is it a simple family gathering? Or does it reflect the influence of foreign culture? That is what I want to know. Okay. Yes, it's yeah, okay, the next one. Okay, the next one, please. And then there will, yes, okay. And then I was surprised to discover the people here in Rio de Janeiro, they don't like wearing clothes even on subway. So in some Eastern Asia cultures, the body is very private. It's like a secret. But if any of you have been to an Eastern Asia country such as Japan, I would love to hear how you understand the difference. I really want to know, because in Japan, without clothes or talk aloud in subway, it's so shocked. So I want to know if you know the different culture, if you meet it, you experienced it. So I want to know what is your feeling about it. Okay, and then there was gatherings. Every time Androli and I went out, more and more people would join us along the way. Until the end, it was always a big group. It was such a struggle to squeeze everyone into a single photo. So the next slide, we have some photos. Yes. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next one. Yes, you can see always many people. Okay, okay, the last one. Yes, how to say, I'm I'm really very happy to meet all of you because I said I did 3 years the overseas interviews, but when the first when I went to the England, the scholars they just brought me go to a coffee shop and we just talk. If I can say, they didn't prepare anything for me. But when I went to Brazil and Italy, and you have so many students with together, right? So you were really very friendly for me. You helped me a lot because I'm a female and I only can speak a little English. If I'm alone in Rio de Janeiro, especially in the carnival, I had no idea how can I, by bus or take the subway, or if I meet some strange people, how can I talk to them? I was very nervous about it. But and Rory and your students, your friends, you helped me a lot. I'm really, I feel very grateful about it. And tonight, you invite me go to this lesson. I also feel it's my pleasure. And my presentation is very simple. Because you just tell me this morning. Yeah. So, but I really want to know some culture from you, and I like talking. Or we can send email each other, or if you want to talk to me something or share me something, you can cross and the Oli. Anything is okay, but I just want to know you. Yes, that's all. This is my presentation. I hope you can share something with me.
Thank you very much, Dan. But you said to me that you were going to talk about your interpretations on folklore and hegemony. Could you end your presentation talking a little bit about it?
Yes, of course. Yes. Okay. So, because after these 3 years of field work, I feel that our project has been really fruitful. My supervisor, Shimamura, he believes that folklore has the power to count, to resist the hegemonism. But that idea is still very abstract. It's just a theory. It's not practice and have no detail. So that is why this project sent me to the different countries to learn about local culture and academic traditions, and to see how people deal with hegemony, the practice in the local. And of course, sometimes we might even find that there is no clear resistance at all. I mean, this is from theory to practice. And personally, I think of the resistance of hegemonism as like the shadow cast by hegemonism on sundial.
I don't understand. Personally, I believe that resistance and hegemony. What did you say?
Okay, I can send you.
Mateus, if you understood, you can talk to me.
Yeah, because
Ela mandou aqui.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. You write it. Tá.
Yeah, I write it down, so maybe you can translate it for others. Yeah.
Certo. O que ela tinha dito antes é: pessoalmente, eu acredito que a resistência à hegemonia é como uma sombra lançada pela hegemonia diante do sol. se queremos estudar resistência pelo folclore, primeiro precisamos perguntar o que exatamente é hegemonia e onde ela está. E se... Tá. E entender que hegemonia e contra-hegemonia não estão necessariamente em oposição. Algumas vezes, uma se transforma na outra. Pensamos nos esportes eletrônicos, por exemplo. Quando eu era uma criança, 20 anos atrás, jogadores profissionais eram vistos como viciados na internet. Eles também eram usados como exemplos negativos em livros escolares. Eles eram marginais, fracos e suprimidos pela cultura mainstream, pela hegemonia. Mas agora, como todos sabemos, o esporte se tornou hegemônico, né? Se tornou parte da indústria major. Jogadores profissionais podem, inclusive, trazer a honra para seus países. Então, não é uma coisa mais marginal. I believe that even this example that you said is more folk communication than folklore, as the as the e-sport player.
Yeah, the e-sport, the computer gamer, yes.
But that's very polemic of you, then. But interesting, of course.
Okay, okay, so yes, so do you have some questions you want to ask me?
Let's first thank you for your presentation. Dan, it was a pleasure hearing from you. Matheus, if you could take your place and ask for some questions for Dan.
Yeah, sure. Thank you a lot, Dan. So, para todo mundo que entrou depois, né, fui chamada hoje, ontem, de última hora, né, and so I'm saying you're like invited today, and we thank you again a lot for that. And your presentation was beautiful. We traveled with you for these 12 cities you were, and you said, I was thinking, like when you said in London, folklore is not serious. It's like a hobby.
It's not serious.
And in Finland, it is serious. So in these countries where you saw that folklore is serious and where you saw it's not serious, and in Brazil, and why? That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's it. And why? Because, for example, in London, we have, like, as you said, John Thoms, a British guy that invented the word. So I didn't know that. I thought in London was serious, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you for your question. Yes, because if people think the folklore is theory, it will become a discipline in university. But the folklore, this word, was created in London in the 1846, right? 1846 in London. But even now, in England, only one university, named the University of Hertfordshire, only this university, they have the folklore course, but in the department of history. So why I think it's not serious, because England, British, it was an emperor. They don't need folklore to make the identity for themselves. They don't need. But so, like in Ireland and in Finland, they need, because now Finland is a very good country, right? A very developed country. But in the past, Finland was belong to Sweden, or belong to Russia. They were not independent. So around this year, the Karl Klum and his father Julius Klum, they do manning a job to make like use Kalevala, like use the old story to make people feel, oh, we are Finnish. We are Finnish people. We are not Sweden people and we are not Russian people. We are Finnish people because we have the same story from our from our parents, our grandparents. So we are the country people. So like it's same in Baltic countries. Yes, so that is why I think. And but recently I think in England, yeah, I still think in England folklore is not theory in university, but some people in England, they study folklore by themselves, not in academic, you know. I mean, in general, we think that if you want to study folklore or if you want to study folk communication, you need a job in university, right?
To be a researcher, yes.
Yes, to be a research. But in England, some people, they are rich. They don't need to find a job in university. They can study itself.
That was surprising.
Yeah, like a woman, she died, but it's Gillian Bennett. He studied some ghost. Because her father has a hospital, so many people get sick and they went to the hospital, right? So the Gillian Bennett, she just stay in the hospital and talk to the, the people. What do you think about a ghost? What do you think about your sick? And then she really did a very good research, but she didn't have any job in any university. Yeah, because she's rich.
I know that here in Brazil, especially those who founded folklore museums, like in the rural areas of São Paulo, they were rich people that were interested in the theme. Mainly, they were like collectors. They are collectors. They're not researchers, necessarily researchers. And then they make the museum, and researchers go there, and then they adapt things to make it
so
research source.
Okay, so if it's not implied, I want to know how about the how to say the education about them, because in England, like this one, the Gillian Bennett, she got the PhD degree in University of Sheffield. So I mean, some people in England, they have the education, they have the talented, the ability, so they can do a good research, and because they have money, so they don't need to go to find a job.
Very nice.
You are all about anti-colonialism, post-colonialism, decolonialism. I think you're all about that, right? So thank you very much again, Dan. So guys, please, let's clap Dan in the emojis. And we thank you again. Now we need to pass to Christian, our next speaker. If you want to stay here, you're welcome. If you want to go, you're more welcome.
Okay, I see.
Just let me say something for the guys. If now I will speak in Portuguese, Dan. Se vocês tiverem continuar conversando com a Dan, fazer perguntas para ela, eu sei que ela falou coisas muito interessantes, né? Que a gente pode expandir depois desse diálogo. Então aproveitem ali o grupo da Rede Folkcom também para fazer isso. Then I'm telling them to get in touch with you. You are in our WhatsApp group from Rede Folkcom, so we can continue talking, because of course, you brought many interesting questions that we are eager to think about. Hegemony is our key to understand folklore and folk communications in the contemporary world. So it's very important for you to tell us to conceptualize the theme. We can't say hegemony like it's a given concept. We must circle the concepts to understand what are we talking about. So it's a great collaboration you made with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I should go to sleep. So, yeah. talk to you
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Dan. We keep in touch. Thanks a lot.